where everything begins. The robed void scent regards you questioningly. So I doubt you came to the dungeon by pure chance. What is it that you're after? We are looking for a void scent with whom we can converse, in the course of which we learned of you. We are visitors of this world and know little and less of its workings and ways. We would be grateful you could tell us about it, about yourself. So it's information you seek. What do you offer for it? Not killing you? I beg your pardon. Void scent do not give unless we stand to gain. If you desire something, you pay the price. That is the sole rule in this world you call the void. That makes sense. Pray forgive our ignorance. But what would be acceptable as payment? I suspect that such coin as we carry has no value here. Void scent crave one thing alone, Aether. In return for information, I offer you mine. Just not all of it, mind you. I still have need of my life. Very well, I will tell you no more than you can afford to pay. Can we have a bargain? If we're to talk about the void, let's do so outside. Come with me. Literally said, you want me to answer questions? Give me some of your life. I mean, because that's pretty much what Aether is. It's pretty much your life force. Kind of an interesting bargain, but you know, what else? I mean, there is four of us. We can take turns.
This is where I belong. My home. This endless darkness you call the void. There was once light here, and it shone its warmth upon creation. The lands were green and the seas were blue. Life flourished.
I think there's an autoplay. Let's see. Use space to toggle functionality. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, I might have to skip for the next one to get it started.
Before the war, the Contra Memoria.
It must have been a terrible war indeed.
It shattered the balance, causing darkness to engulf the world. All life was transformed into monstrosities, void scent. We are the natural order now.
As light begat sin eaters, darkness begat void scent.
The sun was driven from the sky as fleeting day yielded to endless night. In time, even land and sea lost their distinction. And though the spark of reason had died in us, driven by memory's shadow, we formed factions and carved out domains. This castle, for instance, its erstwhile lord must have abided in such a place once upon a time.
If I may, the darkness in you is too much for any man to harbor. To my eyes, you are indeed a void scent. Yet your knowledge of the past and your demeanor mark you apart from your brethren. You are different. That much is plain. But in what way, I am unsure.
As you say, I am void scent, but only in part. The darkness touched my mother when the war had only just begun, when I was still in the womb. As a child, I looked like any other, but darkness coursed through me. and I cease to age when I become a woman grown. But that was then. And now, I may as well be one in full. I prey on the weak and serve the strong. I live to survive. Nothing more.
Forgive me. 'Twas not my intent to pry. I realize, too, that I've neglected to ask your name.
Finally. Let's
As
see
you
what her
say,
name is.
mortal, you may call me Voidsent.
That is liable to cause confusion. If you are not averse, we would address you by your true name.
Then call me what you will. I care not.
Well, that sucks. She just not remember?
How about 0?
Meaning nothing. A name as fitting as any.
Pretty close to Xenos, too.
No, not nothing, but rather a beginning. For it remains to be seen what you will become to us.
As I said, I care not. 0 then.
I think it's a nice name. Here's to a fruitful partnership. She's probably going to shoot that down.
Partnership? Are you saying you wish to strike a bargain?
Oh, maybe not.
Well, Zero, while there is no end to the questions we could ask, it is only fair that we tell you our purpose in coming here. We are searching for a dragon. One who came to your world long ago.
A dragon?
Yes. Ajdaya is her name, and she is my sister. If you have any knowledge of her, I beg you share it with us.
Oh, there's that thing flying up there. Wonder what that thing is.
Did you say something? No?
I thought I heard a voice as well. The keening of Voidsent, perhaps.
I guess we're not going to find out anytime soon what that thing was. I must say we are rather exposed here. Perhaps we should continue this conversation within the castle. The throne room is defensible, given its few points of ingress. Well, let's head back there. Moving wasn't part of the bargain. I'll comply, but I'll expect my payment promptly. You shall have it as soon as we arrive. I mean, you made us move outside to begin with. What the hell are you talking about? Yeah, I mean, I can understand that, like, MMORPGs are, like, something a lot of people don't want to, start because, it consumes a lot of time, right? But the main reasons I recommend this game is because, for one, the free trial is pretty extensive. There's like no time limit to the free trial. There's obviously some restrictions, but you can get through a majority of the story. And I think the story is the best part of this game. I would say that anybody who wants to try it should consider this game an RPG first. So if you're a fan of RPGs and you're a fan of Final Fantasy, I would definitely give it a shot. Pretty much cost you nothing. On proceeding, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Yeah, this message usually pops up when you have a ton of cutscenes back to back. In addition, you'll be required to participate in battle. Your progress will be saved at certain points in the event that you were defeated. You'll be able to try again from the most recent of these. Have I checked out Lords of the Fallen? No, I haven't. But I heard that game is not that bad. I also heard good things from, what was it, Lies of P? That Bloodborne kind of game. Definitely try them at some point. Please take note that if you enter battles associated with other quests or log out from the game, this progress will be lost. Level sync in effect. Man, all the way up to 620. Well, looks like we're going to have some cutscenes and some fighting. Yeah, there's a lot of good games that came out recently that I haven't checked out.
This place is as good as any. Let me have the ether now.
Very well.
Hopefully she doesn't suck out too much. The hell is that? Oh, I thought we killed this thing.
I should miss my mark.
I thought we killed her.
That fiend again? But we struck it down. Watched it die.
Nothing dies in this place.
Fools. Death doesn't exist in this world. And I am free to return whensoever I please.
Death doesn't exist. Of course, in the first, the power of light, of passivity, prevents life from emerging in the empty. But in the 13th, the power of darkness, of activity, prevents life from finding rest, even should soul be separated from flesh.
So unless one's essence is absorbed by another, it is possible to return again and again.
Your ether. It is reminiscent of that creature's. Ah, my mouth waters at the memory.
What?
I must devour you too. Yes, I must. Drifting souls, by my power be reborn!
If it's another death they want, I say we give it to them.
This is pretty much the final boss of the last dungeon we just did.
If you could lend us a hand, we'd be much obliged.
That you would. But you already owe me a debt. And until you make good on it, I won't lift a finger. We'll speak after you've won. But know that if you lose, I'll help myself to your ether.
Not very friendly. But who would in this hell?
The suit duty should deliver to me this lavish feast.
I don't know if I'd call this thing a snake. Lightning shot.
Come,
Who knows what it is?
struggle with all your might. It will make you that much richer and tastier.
Look at that classic Final Fantasy music. What do I think will win Game of the Year? Oh, it's hard to say. Well, Tears of the Kingdom came out. So that's definitely got a good shot. There's that new, I've heard good things about the new Super Mario game that just came out. I think it came out yesterday or something, or 2 days. I don't know how long it's been since it came out. Pretty recent, less than a week.
We do well to break up this feast.
And I've heard good things about it, so I wouldn't be surprised if something like that wins.
Then let's see these guests on their way.
I have not been paying attention to a lot of other games that have come out. I mean, I guess what RE4 Remake came out, that might be in consideration. I really don't know what else came out. Oh, I guess Starfield. I've heard a lot of conflicting, some people like it, some people don't like it. It's a pretty big game, so people might like, that might win, but I don't know. Probably not. Probably give it to Tears of the Kingdom if I had to make a guess. Unless there's some other games that I'm missing. Which is possible. Not like I've been paying attention. Wasn't it? Haven't games been that were remakes? Weren't they nominated for Game of the Year? Wasn't RE2 nominated at some point? Or, when that game came out? I thought it was nominated for Game of the Year. Or at least it was in the running. Oh, I guess there's Spider-Man 2 just came out, right? I imagine that's not a bad game. I'm not much of a superhero kind of person, though, so...
This bodes ill.
Yeah, I did hear a lot of people saying Spider-Man 2 is pretty good, but I also heard it's fairly short. Like, I've heard some people say like 10 or 12 hours, just to beat the story. No, I definitely don't want to die. I don't want to do this again. Pretty annoying.
There's no end in sight.
I gotta do something.
Baby in order.
Oh, I guess we're running away.
When will you learn? No matter what you do, you cannot hope to win.
Oh, that's right, Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, I think that's
You
probably
never
gonna
know
win.
until you try, and I'm always happy to experiment.
Yeah, I heard really good things about that game. I definitely want to play it at some point, too.
Zero, is there no way to stop them from coming back?
There is, but I have no reason to share it with you.
You know, Zero, you do owe us for one thing. Your name. You'll have your promised ether, but we are owed compensation for your name.
How about turning you back into human?
A name for which I did not ask. But that I nevertheless did accept.
Oh. I get what? She's the only one who can do it? Oh, she must have. Oh, interesting.
They've been crystallized.
Well now, that's quite
So
the trick.
she's pretty much a reaper. In this game, there's a lot of different jobs that you can do that have different abilities. Obviously, that like there's tanks, like a paladin. There's healers, like a white mage. We're a dragoon for DPS, and if I remember correctly, the new one of this expansion was the Reaper. So it kind of makes sense that she is a Reaper.
Satisfied?
They could have just told us how to do it.
Completely.
Come, my friends. With Zero's aid, we can defeat him.
What is this? What have you done?
Now that I think on it, you owe me a debt as well. You may have missed your mark, but I won't miss mine.
Okay, let's end it. I mean, you would think that she would want their ether as well, but maybe their ether is not as good. Alright, let's go.
However, a debt is a debt. I will repay it here and now.
She can turn poison into super.
The power of the Reaper.
Before my true strength.
I imagine this fight's going to be pretty much similar to the boss fight. Well, it might be a little different, actually.
Attend to the minions first.
Minions.
Keep going.
Oh, looks like she took care of them. I could not do anything to those guys. Oh yeah, yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 just, it was just so good when it came out, and it got a lot of media coverage as well. And it was so good it had other developers complaining that it had other developers complaining that it was so good it was making them look bad. Insane. So unless they get snubbed for some stupid reason, that's probably going to be the one. Which is kind of crazy that there's going to be there's probably going to be, Tears of the Kingdom, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, and between those two games, those are not going to win. That's insane. But I guess I'm gonna have to check out Baldur's Gate at some point. But it is a type of game that I've never played before. Like I've never played I don't even know what kind of genre you'd call it, but I've never played any of the other Baldur's Gates. I've never played any of the Diablo games. I would consider it something along those lines. I mean, is it technically a debt? I mean, if you're helping us with something and in, you know, in you helping us, you get caught in something and we have to help you, is that really another debt that you have to repay? Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine Baldur's Gate 3 losing. But you're right, if it does lose, it's going to be to Zelda. Which is something I can't really speak to, but maybe by the time the Game of the Year awards come out, I'll have a chance to play Baldur's Gate. It does seem like a pretty fun game, to be honest. I've thought of playing the other Baldur's Gate. You know, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. You know, it's a fairly cheap way to get into it. See if I'm... No, I know it's probably way different, but... You know, it'd be... You know, it might give me some idea what the genre is all about. Oh, we gotta hurry. I don't know how long this shield's gonna last. Alright, we didn't lose, thank God. That would have taken forever to redo. Wouldn't want to do that again. I was hoping for a head being chopped off.
Do not think you have defeated me. I will return again and again. What? My flesh? Why won't it heal? What is the meaning of this? To seal ether in crystal. Memoria. But how? How can you have this power?
Memoria. I guess that's her real name.
Death has no place in this world. We are beyond it. And yet, Lord Golbez, you have sent me to my doom. Curse you and your wretched flattery, and this abominable fate.
I mean, you would think that I mean, wouldn't she have noticed all those enemies being turned to crystals? If I was her, I would have ran away. Would want to be turned into a crystal. Oh, they're gonna announce GTA 6 on Monday? That's a rumor I haven't heard. Who knows? I don't know if I mean, it might be Game of the Year, but I'd have to see it before I believe it. There's Golbez. That looks like the Earth. Earth, wind. And these are the spirits of usually earth, wind, fire. And I guess water. Yep.
You are welcome, seekers of might. I, Golbez, have called you for hither.
Kind of crazy that they're bringing
who would see us triumph in the coming crusade.
they're bringing a Final Fantasy IV character into this story.
That I may entrust you with command of our armies.
Yes, but what of the promised gift? In exchange for our loyalty, we are to feast on the finest ether.
And so you shall. For if you are to serve me, you must be strong.
Then honor the pact, and pray we are not disappointed.
Very well. Behold.
Oh, not the dragon.
The fiery wings, the savage horns. It pulses with life. Such vibrant ether.
Oh man, killed the dragon.
This magnificent creature could only come from beyond the veil.
That's the only reason we came here for.
Indeed. Feast, my friends. Feast and arise as my 4 arch-fiends.
We're gonna have to kill all of them to piece together the dragon, I imagine. Yeah, that seems to be the... Because there's no... Or that or the dragon's just dead.
Now, they can consume but a fraction of the dragon's ether.
No, maybe this dragon is still around.
Just as well. The creature may yet serve other ends.
Oh, alright. Or that. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, dragon's pretty strong. That thing we fought sucked up some ether from the dragon, but it couldn't even eat all of it. There was 4 of them.
Are you all right?
Looks like we're gonna have to kill the other 3.
The Void Sense essence remains, but it has been sealed away, transformed into crystal.
Memoria. Scarmelione called them. I take it they are connected to the war of which you spoke.
Aye. Their use was central to the Contra Memoria, hence its name.
Oh, that's not her name.
And to my knowledge, the transformation is permanent.
I see. We thank you for coming to our aid.
I repaid a debt, and in doing so ensured that I received my own due compensation, which I shall have now.
Yes, yes. I still have work to do, so I would thank you not to get carried away.
Ether is the coin of choice. I appreciate the simplicity.
That makes us even, I trust. Right then. When you picked up the crystal, you experienced a vision, did you not?
So, what's this R6 you're talking about, Cat? Bandit cut his tongue off to prove his loyalty to the biker club. A random R6 lore.
A great whim. I dare to hope that it was Ashdaya. Even as it pains me to think she's been made to suffer.
For the ambitions of this Golbez.
We've been given much to consider. Let us take a moment to review what we know.
No Rainbow Six. Alright, let's finish this quest off. That was a pretty interesting quest with a lot of lore and some action. Couldn't ask for anything else. In light of our recent experiences, I expect we all have questions. I trust Zero can answer some few of them. We should still be out at least that much, I dare say. Alright. That was a fun quest for sure. I still can't believe how much there's left. I'm really happy that I decided to wait until they were all out. It would have sucked to do 6.1 and then have to wait. Now we could just do 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, 6.4, and 6.5. It'll be fun. An unbroken story. Or at least a story without, having to wait.